amazing. Listen, hello and welcome back to the Sasandra Show. Thank y'all so much for sticking around. And if you're just tuning in, thank y'all for tuning in because we are talking about good trouble. As my late great cousin John Lewis would always say, never ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble. Necessary trouble. Now let's see who's gotten into some good trouble recently. Now, could y'all imagine growing up with 20 siblings? Our next guest has a very inspiring story. He is the 19th of 21 children, and he was determined to be the first in his entire family to graduate from college. Y'all, please help me give a warm welcome to the author of No Love, No Charity, the success of the 19th child, Mr. Paul Lamar Hunter. You are too much. Hello there.
Hey, thank you for having me on as a guest.
It's an honor to have you here today. Listen, let's dive into this because I am amazed at your mom. Fantastic, phenomenal woman she was. Your mother was very strong and was able to birth 21 children out of, am I saying this right, Racine, Wisconsin?
Racine, Wisconsin.
Racine, Wisconsin. So ultimately, how was life for you growing up with 20 siblings?
Well, it was very difficult. I give a lot of credit to my mom and my dad. So if you ever break it down, my mom stayed pregnant for 15 years and 9 months.
A whole life.
You remember the song, Turn Off the Lights?
And light a candle.
And light a candle.
Yes.
I think the lights was off every night.
Stop it, for 15 years.
For 15 years.
My goodness.
As of today, 17 of us living today.
Wow, that's amazing.
63 grandchildren.
63?
63.
Oh my gosh.
So you can't mess with me because I have a lot of nieces and nephews.
Yes, you do. So you can bring the whole pack,
I
right?
can bring the whole
We ain't trying to go
pack.
there.
And there's 87 great-grandchildren today.
No way.
Yes,
Are
it is.
you serious?
And it's going to continue to grow.
So did y'all all live in one home growing up?
One home. And,
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you this story, and it is absolutely true. My mother was pregnant with the 14th child, and somehow the Racine police came knocking on the door because they were living in a 2-bedroom home, and they told her that she has to leave. She had 72 hours to leave because there was too many children living in that 2-bedroom. So my mom went to church, prayed about it. The next day, a man showed up at our home and gave my mom an 18-bedroom house.
Are you serious?
Honest to God truth, just for $1.
Wow.
So when you read my book, No Love, No Charity, The Success of the 19th Child, you're going to see some good times and also you're going to see the bad times. But you know what? We were able to persevere as a family.
That's amazing. As they say, where I come from, won't he do it?
Yes,
My goodness.
yes.
Listen, so in your book, you describe your mom's involvement in the community. Can you tell us a little bit about your mom?
Well, my mother, like you said, she's a phenomenal mother, but she started the first homeless shelter in the city of Racine,
Wow.
Wisconsin. And that homeless shelter started in 1970 when she was 3 months pregnant with me. And as of today, I'm 51, so the shelter closed when I was 45 years old.
Oh my goodness.
So my mother did some amazing things in the community of helping men and women that were less fortunate than us.
That is so beautiful. What an incredible legacy. Can you talk about overcoming that traumatizing experience of losing your brother in a house fire? I'm so sorry.
I still remember it today. My brother and I, we was trapped. We was trapped in a house fire. My older brother, Michael, could not save us, but he was able to save the rest of the children, but he could not go back in. And the fireman came in, grabbed me, tried to revive my brother, and he indicated that he has a weak pulse, but we had to get out of this house because fire was just everywhere
Wow.
consuming us. And so as they walked downstairs, they saw fire in the kitchen, fire in the living room. And I remember my mom is so old-fashioned. She was born in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And so my mom used to always have a garbage can full with sugar and flour. So what they did was they took that sugar and they dumped it out of the garbage can, and took the flour and dumped it out of the garbage can, and placed my brother inside and placed me inside.
Oh,
and they
wow.
ran right through the fire and rushed us right out of the door and to the hospital.
Wow.
I was able to survive, but my brother, he passed away a couple days later.
I'm so very sorry. I'm
Yes.
so very sorry. But that was such a courageous act and so smart to put you all in the garbage can to take you out of there. You know, through poverty and hardships, how were you and all of your siblings a support system for your parents? I mean, that had to be tough on them, but to have so many kids there, I'm sure you all helped rally around them and support them.
It was extremely tough because my mother and father, they used to get into it with each other because, you know, they used to play the blame game of, you know, you should have been home, but my dad was working, my mom was working. So they was, you know, working, trying to provide for the Hunter family. But they were able to overcome that because they had good men and women from the churches coming over to visit
That
with
matters.
us
Yes.
and pray with us. And so we stayed together for a very long time. But, you know, after the house fire, a year later, my dad was killed in a car accident.
Oh, no.
So we had to deal with both of those deaths, back-to-back deaths. But we were able to persevere because of the community and because of people, good people in the community. That's the reason why
Yes.
I volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, because I
Yes.
always want to give back. I always want to share my story.
The same as they were there for you, you want to make sure you can encourage and empower that next kid that may think somebody doesn't care for me, but you do. Mr.
Yes.
Hunter does. I do. We do. Do you remember your graduation day?
Oh, most definitely. It was the best time.
Oh, I was
of
going to
my
say,
life.
what was that feeling like?
It was like winning a Super Bowl. I'm a huge 49ers.
Come on now.
I'm a huge 49ers fan.
Come on. So is that Chicago? I'm just kidding.
No.
That's San Francisco, right?
That's San Francisco. So I'm a huge San Francisco fan. So graduation day was exciting for me to just look back over my life and discover that in my family lineage, on my mom's side and my dad's side, no one never pursued an education when it came to college.
Wow.
So I was able to lay the foundation
That's everything.
and graduate from college. And as of today,
Yes.
now I have nieces and nephews that went on and received their bachelors and
Yes.
masters. So I'm just excited because I was the one to lay the foundation
Yes.
for the Hunter family.
Well, you are such an incredible role model, not just to your family, but to the community